Hey guys, I'm Rich from NeoWin. Today we're unboxing the Dell Inspiron 13 7373 2-in-1. So this guy comes with an Intel 8th generation Core i5. This is the model I have. There's also one with the i7. So that's the 8250U is the i5 and the i7 is the 8550U. I'm pretty sure those are the only two U-series processors that were announced. And let's just get this open because I'm not a big fan of looking at the big ugly box that it comes in, you know? So over here, we're right at the top, it comes with a power brick, which uses Dell's standard pin connector. All right, power cable that connects to that brick. And now we can move on to the actual device. And this doesn't come with a fancy box inside, I can see. So if you watch my unboxings of the XPS 15 or the XPS 13, then you see that those come with a black box inside of the big ugly box, and inside of that black box is just the laptop, and the power cable is separate in the big ugly box. It's kind of weird. So like I said, 8th gen chips. So if you're not familiar with 8th gen chips, it's actually worth noting because the new U-series chips are quad core, where previously they were dual core in all previous generations. So if you had bought a laptop or an Ultrabook, a 2-in-1, anything with a U-series chip in it, those were dual core. If you bought a gaming laptop, if you bought an XPS 15, those were H-series processors, and those were quad-core high power. So the U-series is the low-power chips. And while these are quad-core, they're still not as powerful as, say, the 7th generation H-series, even though a lot of companies seem to be trying to draw that parallel. So this particular model that they sent me isn't exactly it's not the highest end one. It's not exactly that. It's not. It's the Core i5 rather than the Core i7. 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gigabytes of storage, and it comes with up to 16 gigs of RAM, and it comes with up to 512 gig solid state drive, so you can really spec this thing out if you want to. We got a 1080p 13.3 inch display, and you can see it comes in an aluminum body, and it looks quite nice if you ask me. I like the metallic Dell logo because the XPS, it comes with like a black Dell logo, so yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. We can see on the side here, there's your power port on the left. Over here we have a USB 3.1 Gen 1 Type-C port. That's a bit disappointing. HDMI 2.0. Sorry, I laughed a little bit. Over here, we have USB 3.1 Gen 1 Type A and a headset jack. And then we'll look at the other side here. We have the SD card reader and another USB 3.1 Type A port and the Kensington lock. So, about these ports, right? Let's just take a look. Again, USB 3.1 Gen 1. That is 5 gigabits per second data transfer speeds. It's nothing like Thunderbolt 3, which you'll find in like an XPS 13 and a lot of high-end laptops. Thunderbolt 3, you get 40 gigabits per second. You can power up to 2 4K displays or 1 5K display. So, kind of disappointing that they went with 3.1 Gen 1 on that Type-C port, because Thunderbolt 3 is Type-C also. And then it was a little surprising, because I laughed a little bit. The HDMI is 2.0. Most of the HDMI ports that you'll find in laptops are 1.4, and even in like higher end laptops. So it's a little surprising to see 2.0. So HDMI 1.4 can support 4K, but only at 30 hertz or 30 frames per second, and HDMI 2.0 can do real 4K output. So if you're going to connect to an external display, you're probably going to want to use the HDMI port rather than like the DisplayPort lane that's in USB 3.1 Gen 1. All right, so let's open this up, and we got a nice little thing there. Yeah, black keyboard. It's an aluminum unibody. So again, drawing that parallel between this and the XPS series, where the XPS actually has an aluminum body and then a carbon fiber interior. So I actually like the design of this machine a lot more. I think this looks pretty sweet. I like the metallic accents around the trackpad. As far as graphics go, you have integrated Intel UHD Graphics 620. Okay, so as it says in the name of the machine, This is a 2-in-1, which means that we can fold back the display like so. We can use it as a tablet. We can do all types of things. We can put it in tent mode and watch a movie, or we can put the keyboard face down and just do anything that we really really want. It uses it wears many hats, a variety of form factors, many hats. Anyway, so there is pen support. The pen does not come with the device, but you can order the Dell Active Pen, and that should work. Dell does sell a range of accessories for this device, or for all of its devices. There's a Bluetooth mouse. There's a power bank, which a lot of companies are coming out with these. They're basically portable batteries like you would use for your phone, but they actually deliver the amount of power that you would need for a laptop, which they have one that's for 13-inch devices, one that's for 15-inch devices, which kind of disappoints me because I'm a big fan of having one device for everything. So another thing we can see is that the front camera is right here on the top. That's good news, everybody, because on the Dell XPS series has an infinite edge display, so the bezels are really tiny, even on the top. So they put the front camera down here, and because of that, you don't have facial recognition for Windows Hello. They use a fingerprint reader. This one actually uses facial recognition, which is awesome because in my experience with Windows laptops, facial recognition is the way to go. It's just awesome because you boot up your PC, you're sitting in front of it, and it just recognizes your face and signs you in, which is wonderful. There is some third-party software that we'll find on here. There's the Dell software, obviously. That's something that you're bound to find. Support Assist is actually worth having because you can update your drivers through there and such. You'll find McAfee. That's always disappointing when I find that on a new PC. I really wish I could just never see McAfee again, because the first thing I'm going to do after I stop recording this video is uninstall that, because it's just the worst. I recommend everybody uninstall it and use Windows Defender. And also we have Office 2016 installed. You will need to activate it if you want to use it, though. So if you don't have an Office 365 subscription or a product key, that's just going to be something you have to uninstall. Personally, I find it disappointing that OEMs are putting Office 2016 on Windows machines, because whenever you uninstall something, it leaves crap behind. Registry changes, some files in some folder somewhere, and really, that's the whole point of the store, because things are just easier to get rid of when they come from the store. Like Solitaire Collection is a great example. Uninstall, and it's just gone. And we don't have that with Win32 apps. They leave crap behind. And the thing is, those Office apps are coming to the store, the Office 2016 apps. So if you're looking for that clean type of install where you just kind of get rid of it and not leave a trace behind, you would use the store apps, but you still have to uninstall the apps that are already there to get to them. I mean, obviously you could do a clean install of Windows through the media creation tool, but that's another conversation for another day. Some cumulative updates. So obviously it's not on the latest version. We can just check. It is Windows 10 Home. So yeah, it's 15.063.332. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about the 8th Gen Core i5 because I've not used one of those yet. I've got two machines with the 8th Gen Core i7, and I've not seen exactly what the i5 has to offer yet. I'm excited about quad-core chips in laptops and ultrabooks and 2-in-1s. I'm excited that they put a quad-core chip in this 2-in-1 because, XPS is the flagship of Dell's line. That's why I keep drawing that parallel, especially since they just sent me the XPS 13. But they sell a 2-in-1 XPS 13, which uses a Y-series chip. So where U-series is low power, Y-series is ultra-low power. And it used to be called Core M, but Intel rebranded it to Core i, and it makes things very confusing because they tell you there's a Core i7 in this thing, and it's not really a Core i7. And the thing's going to struggle with a lot of workloads. So hopefully if they do another XPS 13 2-in-1, they use a chip like this, because I gotta say, this is a beautiful machine. I really love the trackpad. I really love the metallic accents there. I love the metallic Dell logo. I think it's a very nice looking machine, even nicer looking than the XPS series. And I'm excited to do a review. So stay tuned for that. We'll have a review in a few weeks. Anyway, guys, I'm Rich from NeoWin. Have a great night.